What is up, LC heads? It looks like once again, the old school Last Cloudia characters are the powerful trendsetters. And of course, I'm talking about Beyland here. By the way, I was gonna do this, yesterday, but real life happened. I'm still stuck at work, pulling a, 7-day shift already, and I should have already went in here and did some ogre smashing because I figured he could. And I don't know, I wanted to build him a little bit more. But today I was like, you know what? I don't even need to do that. We can probably leave this defensive arc on him. Right? We can leave Ancient Weapon on, which is just giving him defense in mind. A little bit less critical damage. And, damage from boss, minus 15%. Might actually help here if you get smashed with a hammer. Right? Now, looking at Beyland himself, this is still we have his abilities at 105 out of 108. So his ability tree is there. He's still at 64 SC. So we haven't done anything in the SC department. But I can tell you right now, that shit's not going to matter, right? If we look at these persona characters, they're also at 64 SC, right? They're also at 64 SC. They're also woke AF. They're woke to like level 5. All right, here's this guy. Matter of fact, he can get all the way woke. He's at 73 SC Crow. Yeah, and it's a world of I could tell you right now. I could run Crow and what's her name, Violet, together, and I don't think they're going to clear Heart of the Temple like Beyland will. Okay, so let's just give it a quick go here. Side note too, his special ability, his extra slice of apple pie, as I'm calling it, because it's something that can stack on top of apple pie. We're talking about silent contemplation. I think it is better than apple pie because it's an apple pie add-on. Because you can have somebody else apple pie him and he can still silent contemplation himself. So when your kit's charged from apple pie and you're dumping that whole kit and doing damage to everything, silent contemplation is giving you more SCT on top of that. So you're dumping all your abilities, but with silent contemplation on, you're going to be recharging them much faster. So when it's all said and done and you dump your whole kit, you're going to have more kit to throw, because by the time you dump it all, you're going to get half of it back from silent contemplation. Now the only thing we got going here is we had just enough time to activate silent contemplation and our charisma. Let's actually take a quick look at him before we get stun locked to shit. So we're still at a whopping strength 2000, right under 2000 defense, but our mind, look at our mind, 2797. And remember, some of this guy's damage scales off of mind. Another reason why Beyland's going to do okay here, I'm predicting he's just about to open up a can of whoop ass. And magic is one of the big problems here. These birds will magic you to shit until you can't do anything. It's nothing but black holes and miasmas. Well, with the 3000 mind, we can take quite a few of those, right? And also keep in mind increases the effectiveness of your proud force and how much healing that you're doing, just on top of the damage that you're doing. So somebody that is double-handing a sword is probably going to proud force more per hit than somebody that's dual-wielding and only doing half the damage, but just getting twice as many hits, especially when they are backed up with a 3000 stat mind. So here we go. I think the idea here is to start running away. Look at that. That lightning hit us for 6 damage. we're going to target just one of the closest birds to us, and we'll just start cutting with our S1. Surprised already. We got some dead birds. Ooh. We died too. We died too, though, so we got to make a comeback. We got to heal off of everything. Now, we have an S3, so we could just target these fools. Hop up on them. So nice. 81,000 damage, I just saw. It's the Ogre's turn. We do have a bunch of backstabbing stuff. And just look at his health go down. Good night. I'm sorry, were you going to swing that hammer, bro? Were you going to swing that hammer? Because, like, we gave you all the chance in the world, homie. And this was kind of a sloppy clear. Let me just be clear on that. This was a sloppy clear, right? They got to beat the shit out of us in the very beginning. Let's try it again. We're not even gonna draw like these other characters. I can put a UR arc on them that is full on attack, full on damage, full on whatever, and they're not going to be matching this clear time any fucking time soon. Like, that's just the truth of it. Oh, there's our problem. We don't need no silent contemplation. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, we did take a hammer to the face, though. So, yeah, we do got to run around a little bit. Beyland's kind of speedy. Yeah, I think I have, like, some shoes on him. Nothing too crazy. Oh, the Ogre powering up. That absolutely sucked for us. I ran over there to hit him with that S1, and as soon as I tapped it, one of those birds sent a spell my way, and it just interrupted it. I also had the S3 interrupted the same way, so we can still die. Look at that. We can still die. The thing is, other characters are going to die much faster here. Okay, I also messed up by throwing his one buff first instead of the other. I always want to start with Silent Contemplation and then his Charisma, and that's where I messed up. See, I think I got both of them off there because I went in that order. Yeah, I see the Charisma, so we're good to go. We'll lock onto the nearest one to us so we can get over there and start doing damage, and then that's it. Once they're bunched up, okay, because we actually have Silent Contemplation going off, and we can feed our kit the whole time. That was easy effing peasy. So I think this last time, we didn't get Silent Contemplation off, and you guys see the difference, right? I still connected with 2 of his combos in the beginning, and I actually killed some birds, right? But it wasn't enough to recharge any of his kit. And then for a second there, I had to run around. The Ogre powered up, and like that's all she wrote after he slammed his hammer a couple of times, and just a couple of our abilities got interrupted with spells. But I think if we we go with Silent Contemplation first, the tried true method, right? And then we're already in kill mode, right? We have 2 of our S1s charged, and as soon as we dump these, boom, boom. And just the area of effect of his... Yeah, that's just ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. I'm honestly thinking that a full tilt, full built Beyland is probably going to cut through this as fast as Maja. Yeah, it's a real possibility. He might actually have a faster clear time than Maja going in here and just dumping his highest power spell. Right, because you still have to wait for that spell to cast. Right? And yeah, it's going to take Maja a second to cast that spell up until like the birds get up to him. And then everything's going to die. Beyland might actually have a chance of just Man, because I can only imagine him with skill charge 1 and skill charge 2. Just, 6 SC worth of skill charge on him. So he can already start the fight with, I don't know, some skills charged. It doesn't look like he's really needing much of his abilities to get through these guys. In fact, we're not even hitting damage cap, I don't think. We can probably just go with Silent Contemplation. Forget about forget about anything. We have an S3 charged already. That means these guys are fucked. Just like that. Just like that. Oh, and the last one, cherry on top. So we don't even need the fact or the his buff up. We just needed that Silent Contemplation. Beyland be contemplating a lot. So yeah, this has been Ogre Slaying with a half-ass built Beyland. Great. This guy is just really on a whole new level. I just wouldn't expect to see damage like that. Right? I just wouldn't expect to see almost 100,000 damage without some serious criteria being filled, right? Like Lance Evil can hit for like 100k, right? But he can only do it while the enemy is attacking, or something like that. It's which is fine, because when you get to a boss that has a big attack animation where he's like coming to kill your ass, you can switch over to Shift Form Lance Evil, and while the boss is doing his attack, Lance Evil can start dropping his kit, and for that little bit of time that the boss is swinging at you, Lance Evil can, here's 100,000 damage, here's 100,000 damage. It's pretty cool. It is. But there's some serious criteria there. And Beyland doesn't have to do that. Like, his criteria is Silent Contemplation if I don't have any sort of skill charge at all. And it's a done deal. Look at that. Oh, he's taking it serious. The Ogre's taking it serious. He's already glowing. Oh, we survived. We survived his hammer drop. He did not survive ours, though. Here I thought he had a chance this time, too. He went right into red alert mode. He started glowing. Oh, man. Damn you, bird. Oh, wait, that's right. That's right. 3,000 mind. Don't care about your spells. That's right. You can send that shit all you want, bud. So yeah, if anybody had any doubts about Beyland here, he's an absolute beast of an effing unit. He just he ogre smashes literally with the best of them, right? I don't think Maja at 60 SC without a good arc on him could even do this. Maybe, right? Everyone's Maja's at 100 at SC or close to it at this point. I'm just trying to remember when I was testing Maja in here. Maybe I'll go back and look at some of my old vids, but like he was more built than this, of course. And yeah, he's going in here dropping like his top tier spell, his top tier combo. Beyland is just toying with this level, and well, you guys see the results. We did die once. So I mean, that does go to show, if you go in here and just completely dick around, that ogre will still rape you, even if you're Beyland the gray or Beyland the white. I don't know. It is nice to see his damage skyrocket, right? Because the reason I've been holding off on building the old form of Beyland is just that sorry-ass damage cap, and that is not his old-ass fault. That is just when he was introduced and where damage cap was at, right? Like, you could do all these amazing sword cuts, but you're hitting for like 14 to 17,000, and now he's like, yeah, I don't have as much reach anymore, but I'm hitting for 80,000. So right? And this is Heart of the Temple on hard. This is a level 95 required level. He's soloing this. He is level 100, but not truly. This is just the work of a rainbow potion. His kit is still half empty, and we have a ways to go with him. So, yeah, I think the new shift form of Beyland, these characters are like the trend. I'm comparing him to Maja himself. These guys are like the trendsetters, right? And then everything that falls in between is just kind of trying to match up to these guys. Definitely hitting for damn near 100,000, and his hit count feels ridiculous. I forget that he is single wielding, because when you get those extra hits on every single ability, it still feels like he is somewhat dual wielding, right? And then the damage reflects. It's absolutely amazing. So, like I said, I could run Violet in there with the same attack, and she's barely going to be scratching these birds for, I don't know, a couple thousand damage. I have to remind myself that this guy's damage does scale off of his wisdom, his magic defense. Sorry, I call it wisdom, because his intelligence is only a 600. I guess it doesn't take much actual intelligence to be a blade master, but you got to be wise AF. Or how would you wear a robe like this and pull it off? I also like his little shoulder pads. He does have some armor under this cloak. Looks pretty damn good. Looks good. And you know what? We did put the sword on him just because I went through, and yes, I feel like his paid sword is just kind of a placeholder until you put like some kind of Godforge weapon on him, because he's only going to take one weapon. And I thought, you know what, maybe I should give that sword up just to have an extra prism of his. That way I can have 2 more SC on him. And then I looked through, I was like, if I have any weapon that's close to his paid gear, sure. The problem I ran into is I was finding swords that match the trait, but they're under 200 attack. His sword is like 300 attack. So really, yeah, right now I'm giving up like a couple percent crit, a little bit of damage cap, and probably like, I don't know, 50 attack. And for me, that was like, okay, that's worth it. I'll get it for now. Right, that way he's not sharing some other epic sword, until I can get some Godforge stuff on him. But honestly, if you want to choose his other prism, or one of his prisms, instead of his sword, I could totally support that, just IMO. But I think his robe is a must. I do. I think it's kind of funny because he's a blade master, but the very first item that I would get for him is that robe, right? 82 attack, chance to evade physical / magical attacks, which is awesome. Magic can interrupt your kit. Boost the maximum stock of your 3rd skill, bottom left. And continuous metis effect, which is going to help you proud force more. It's going to help you take less magic damage, right? And just the stats on it. 500 hit points, 82 strength, and then 150 defense, 138 mind. That is really freaking awesome, and the continuous metis effect plays into his kit so much. And just, I look at this guy's 2,000 attack, and I keep forgetting, right, that, so much of his damage scales off of the magic defense, and that is up to 3,000, even on my sorry-ass build. Right, we have like some boots that are just giving like some movement speed and attack. Nothing crazy. We still could upgrade his gear greatly. Right. So yeah, Beyland in a nutshell, ogre slaying. He slays the shit out of that ogre. It's definitely an ogre bash. I'm glad the ogre at least got 1 kill in. Right? So you guys know I'm not using cheat codes. Honestly though, Beyland right now might as well be a cheat code. Well, best of luck to everybody. Enjoy your day. I'm going to go get back to work. Ugh, it's brutal. Later, folks.